Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about how I ended up with a titanium screw in my foot. Let's go. It was grade 4, grade 5 gym class, and young little me had noticed that every time she did certain activities, specifically physical activities, that her left foot and knee would become very, very sore. So young little me decided to go tell my mom about it. And at first, my mom did the thing that all adults do and said, "Aw, sweetie, it's okay. They're likely just growing pains." Those growing pains continued to be rather of a quite bother. And so I went to my mom again and I said, "Mom, my foot and knee still hurt." So she went, "Okay, let's go to my foot doctor, also known as a podiatrist." So young little old me, that's an oxymoron, young little old me went to a foot doctor. You know, a foot doctor that's tends to be for older people. Yeah. But we went and we saw this lovely doctor, and I had no idea that I was going to be with him for a very, very long time. He looks at my foot and he diagnoses me with flat foot. Basically what that means is my left arch in my left foot has collapsed. So he prescribes me orthotics. That's right. Grade 5 me has to wear orthotics. But first, you have to be casted for orthotics, which is kind of like just getting a cast, but I got it for both my feet. And those take a couple of weeks to develop. So he gave me these instead, just to give me some support until I could get my proper orthotics. These I believe are from Birkenstock, so I believe you can practically get these anywhere. But yeah, they just go on the sort of half bottom of your foot to give you a little bit of arch support. And I remember the first night I wore these, we had decided to go to the Science Center to go see a really cool body exhibit. And I remember by the end of the night, I was almost in tears because I was in so much pain. And then a couple of weeks rolled around. By the way, I have had many renditions of orthotics. I am now 27, and I was 9 or 10 when I got orthotics. So I just found these in my cupboard, but they're not the ones that I'm wearing now. I just found these lying around. These are rough. This is the left pair. I always end up wearing those down. And then this is the right pair. And I wore them down so much that we had to make a sort of quick fix so that my heel wasn't rubbing on literal plastic. So yes, since I was 9, I've been wearing orthotics. So my foot doctor had been talking about this specific surgery for a while now, but I was too young to have the surgery. He wanted to make sure that my feet stopped growing. The irony of all that is I stopped probably growing in grade 8. I have a couple of clothing items that I have had since I was in grade 8. I believe I have a pair of corduroys somewhere that I wear in the winter time that are in grade 8. So I don't know what he was waiting for, but I was ready for this surgery many, many years in advance. And this surgery, basically, if you are squeamish and don't like surgery or medical talk, you can please leave this video or skip. But what this surgery can basically was, and apparently it was done in the States first, and he tried to bring it over to Canada, which he did. Basically, it's called, I believe, the hypo cure. Hypo means low in like medical terms, so flat, low, hypo. And basically what he was gonna do, and he did, was put a titanium screw in my foot. This titanium screw, just to let you know, the medical term of this device is called a stent. My doctor hates when I call it a screw. He always corrects me whenever I visit and goes, it's not a screw, it's a stent. And so the stent is on the outside of my left foot because my left foot is the problem. And I don't know how I'm gonna try to do it with my hand. Say this is my ankle, sort of my ankle bone that's on the outside of your foot, and he puts the screw sort of right under that ankle bone because apparently I don't know how to explain this, but there is, and he basically hand cranks this titanium stent into a little pocket of my foot, which then changes the position of my arch, so my foot now can't collapse on itself. So it's kind of stuck in a more upright position instead of being flat. It now has a little bit of an arch. So it was like this, and now it has a little bit of an arch from putting the screw in all the way over here. I don't really get it, but it worked, kinda. And I had to wear a surgical boot for almost a month. What's cool about this surgery is I was actually awake for it, so I didn't have to be put under, but I was put on anti-anxiety medication for that day, and he numbed the spot where he was doing the hand cranking of the screw. Oh yeah, that was interesting, let me tell you. I could feel stuff, but I couldn't feel stuff at the same time. It was weird. After the surgery was done, since it was March, this is the boot that I got to wear home. It's, because it was March, it's enclosed. This one's enclosed. And my foot goes in here, and that's what it looks like. So I had to wear this for like almost a month. And I had an inside one and I had an outside one. I don't know which one was my out or my in, but yep, just so I could wear one in my house and I could wear one outside. And I also slept with one because I am a sleepwalker, and I was allowed to actually take this off when I slept, but because I'm a sleepwalker, that scared the living crap out of me. The thought of me accidentally walking on my foot, because I decided to walk around the house for no reason. It never happened, but yeah, for a while I wore this to sleep. By the end of the month, I was like, you know what, screw it. I haven't walked, and I actually did take it off to sleep. But yeah. But the surgery kind of failed. 6 months later, it was the summer of the 2012 Olympics, I believe. And one night, I was laying on the couch with my mom, and I don't know, I think my foot had been bothering me for a couple of days. I don't know, I don't remember how that conversation came about, but I ended up like just rubbing where the screw is, and you can totally feel it. It totally feels like a screw in your body. And I was like, Mom, does it feel like my screw's out a little bit more than it should? She's like, what? And so I gave her my foot. Extended my leg and gave her my foot. She was on the opposite side of the couch, and she feels and goes, oh, I don't know if that's supposed to be normal. And I was like, I'm sure it's fine. And she's like, oh, we are definitely going to the doctor for this. We need to check this out. I think the next day, or maybe a couple of days after, we go back to the doctor, and I show him what's going on, and he doesn't have to do anything. He feels it and goes, oh, it is out. It has somehow migrated slowly out of the position he had hand screwed it in. And we couldn't leave it in there. And mind you, this was almost end of August. We were coming up to school time. This was my last year of school. And I had to do a surgery a week before school started. Great. That's exactly what happened. So a week before school started, not only did I have to get that screw taken out, but we had decided to then try to put another one in. And what we believed happened was surgery is a very complicated and very much a very specific measurement, and sometimes if you don't get those exact measurements right, even the littlest things can go awry. So we believe at the time he thought he had put the right size screw in my foot, and he checked it, he tightened it, and he believed it was okay. But those 6 months went by, and I was being active, I was running around, it was summertime, I was water skiing, family adventures, and it was just a little bit too big for me, and it had slowly migrated out. So not only did I have to lie back on that table, and he had to, and it was a new scar as well, because 6 months had gone by, and when surgeries and when you have to get stitched up, usually 6 months is like not the greatest time to have to redo a surgery because your body's still healing from the first one. So he wasn't too happy that he had to go in and open up everything again, but he had to, and he had to take that screw out. I remember laying or sitting, I was sitting on like a chair sort of, and there was a screen, so I couldn't see the surgery, but I could definitely hear it. And I remember, and it could be the meds that I was on, but I could remember my doctor grunting, trying to get this screw out. You don't exactly want to hear your doctor fighting with your foot. But hindsight, I could have been a little bit delusional in my pain meds. But, so we got the screw out, and, he replaced it. And I had to go to school on my senior year of high school with a dazzling cane and another lovely surgical boot. This was the summer version. Winter version, summer version. So very stylish. And that was 10 years ago. So I have, and that surgery has not failed me. That screw has been in my body for 10 years. I believe we're going on 11 now. Tell me if you really like these storytime videos down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys!